for those who don't know me, my name is Sarah Jane, and I'm very proud to be a Deputy Chief Commissioner. And we are joined by Welsh cricket royalty this evening because we've got so many amazing players, coaches, and development people here on the screen with us. And this is all ready in preparation for our big event next month in Sophia Gardens. So it's lovely for you guys to join us this evening as well, and Rangers, to ask a few questions. We're going to start off, first of all, with Amy Rees, and we're going to hear from Amy. She is the head of women's and girls cricket at Glamorgan. Amy plays a really important role in helping girls in Wales to get into their cricket and follow their dreams. She works with the top Glamorgan women's players and academy players, and is focused on their performance and also the professional side of the game. And she's here to tell us how girls like you can get involved and succeed in sport. So, who's going to ask Amy a question first then? Who would like to go first? Minnie, would you like to ask Amy a question?
Did you play cricket yourself when you were younger?
Yes, I did play cricket when I was younger, but I probably wasn't as lucky as girls are now. I didn't have any girls only teams to play for, so I always had to play with the boys. So I think girls are really lucky these days in that they get to play cricket together and have lots of friends as well. So when I played, I was the only girl in the boys' team. So I played a long time just in men's and boys' cricket. So I'm really passionate about giving girls opportunities to play together and make lots of friends and have lots of fun while they learn how to play cricket.
Brilliant. Oh,
That
that
answer
sounds
your
really good.
question?
Nia, do you want to ask a question to Amy?
What do you love about cricket?
Everything. So you get to spend lots of time with your friends. You get to play out in the sun when the weather's nice, which it has been this week. Um, it's a really competitive game, so you have to score more runs than the other team. You have to try and help your team do that. But you're also in a team, so it's an individual thing, but you're also helping your team. So I really love that. And then sometimes as well, you get to go to really nice places as well, where it's nice and hot and play cricket. Sometimes there's beaches there like Barbados and places like that. Well, so I really like cricket, and it's given me lots of enjoyment over the last 30 years, probably. So I'd encourage anyone to play cricket if they can.
Perfect. That's great, isn't it? Oh, Barbados. That sounds rather nice, doesn't
Nice,
it?
isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Martha, would you like to ask a question to Amy?
How did you get into this role and what was your journey like?
So I played cricket for a long time in boys' teams, and then I was about 16, 17, and I played a girls' only game of cricket then, and that was in Somerset. And then I went to university, and there was a Wales team that got started. So I played for the Wales women's team for a long time. And then as I was going through my career, I wanted to help young girls like you play cricket. So I started coaching. And then I was coaching for a long, long, long time, probably nearly 20 years. And then I got a job looking after all the women's cricket at Glamorgan, women and girls cricket at Glamorgan. So basically, I used to spend all my days off wanting to help girls play cricket, taking them to games, coaching them. And then eventually I've ended up in this role. So now we're looking to try and get a professional cricket team in 2 years' time. So things have grown massively in the last 23 years, I think it is now, since it's been lots of cricket in Wales.
Oh, that's fantastic, isn't it? And Ellen, have you got a question you'd like to ask Amy?
What's changed in the last few years to make it easier for girls to get involved in cricket?
So just like when you go to cricket, is it girls only teams or is it boys teams as well? So it's girls only teams. So I think that's a big change in that you can play together, and things like, did you go to All Stars and Dynamos? Yeah.
Yeah.
So you come through all of that. You've already come through a bit of a program to go to All Stars and Dynamos. And then now you're playing at Witchurst Heath, which is a good club. And do you know Esther Woolley?
Yeah, she coached with us last year, our under
Yeah,
12s. We were really lucky that
there we
she
are.
came help out. Sorry, I
Yeah,
am in
that's
here.
okay. Yeah, so Esther's really nice, isn't she? And she's been through that pathway. So I think having girls only teams really helps. And then having a girls regional pathway, Cricket Wales regional pathway, before you get to the Glamorgan teams. But also you said you went to the 100 to watch in Sophia Gardens. So you've got role models of girls who are really good at cricket, aren't you? So you can think, I want to be like Tammy Beaumont or Hayley Matthews or Jess Jonathan. So you've got real role models. So you can see that and you can almost think, I want to be like them. And I think that's a big thing that's helped girls cricket as well.
Thank you.
That's all right.
That's brilliant. Is there any other burning questions that any of you guides or rangers have for Amy? Oh, we've all gone quiet now, haven't you?
Quiet now.
Oh, all gone quiet. So I've got one question for you, Amy. How do you get them from going from a girl playing in a local club to then playing professionally? How does that all happen now?
So there's a really good pathway for girls now, which is really clear. So from your clubs, you can get nominated for the regional pathway in Cricket Wales. So there's teams in the north, the south, the east, and the west. And if you get into those teams, you can then be nominated to play for Glamorgan, which is in effect the Welsh team. It used to be called Wales, and now it's called Glamorgan, in line with the professional cricket club. So once you get into these pathways, if you're really good and you work really hard, you can keep progressing through these pathways until you play for Glamorgan age groups. And then you will potentially in 2 years' time, there'll be a professional cricket team. So girls will be getting paid to play cricket then. And some of these girls on this call might be doing that as well. So that'll be
Oh,
really exciting.
that'll be exciting when it girls. Don't forget, I wouldn't mind tickets, okay? If you do go and play, to the game, I want to come and watch you all because I can remember those girls on that screen and that.
Exactly.
Fantastic. Anybody else got any more questions that you'd like to ask Amy? Minnie?
What was the first step you should take when pursuing your dream?
I think work really hard, practice your skills all the time, have lots of fun. That's the main thing. Have lots of fun and enjoy the game because sometimes cricket's really cruel. You can get out first ball and you think, oh, I don't want to play this game anymore. But you've got to be really resilient and you've got to keep working hard and keep enjoying it and have lots of fun with your friends. That's the biggest thing. Keep dreaming about like the next stage if that's what you want and pursuing it as a professional career, but enjoy it and have as much fun as you can.
Oh, I think that's great advice. I think that's great advice for anything in life, isn't it? Keep
Yeah.
pursuing and keep dreaming and that. Well, thank you, Amy, so much for answering all these questions this evening. Our next guest, I can't believe that we've got Rachel Priest on the screen here, who is a former international cricketer who played for New Zealand and is also known around the world as the best wicket-keeper batters in the women's game. She's played for leagues all over the world, and now she is Glamorgan's head coach to support the next generation of female cricketers. We are really excited to hear about your journey and what she's learned along the way. So, who's going to be first? Martha, do you want to be first to ask Rachel Priest your question?
Yeah, what do you enjoy about coaching young players?
I think we're really lucky as coaches to watch young players develop. So it's obviously really exciting. You see a player at the start and sort of what they might need to work on, and then being able to help them sort of learn new skills and improve their game. So yeah, for me, it's just seeing that improvement in players and seeing that enjoyment through getting better.
Brilliant. Ellen, do you want to ask a question to Rachel?
What was it like playing for New Zealand at the highest level?
Look, with international sport, there's always lots of ups and downs, but I was like so proud and lucky to play for my country. And And as Ames said, when we're playing cricket around the world, we get to go to lots of different countries. So I got to go to Australia, came to the UK, went to the Caribbean, went to India, South Africa. So that's like a really cool side of playing internationally, is you get to do a lot of travel that you might not have gotten to do otherwise. And yeah, obviously just representing my country was very, very special. New Zealand's only a small country, so we're very proud of being able to play the bigger countries on the big stage. But for me, it was just like pride in being able to represent my country and also my family as well.
Oh, fantastic. Ellen, have you got a question? Nia, have you got a question you'd like to ask Rachel?
When you're playing, how do you stay focused?
I think it's just working out what is happening in the game, so what we require in that moment. So as Ames said, you've got to score more runs than the other team. So I think it's talking with your teammates and your coaches about what's happening in the game and what we need to be doing in this situation. I'm a super competitive person, so I never had any worries about staying focused and trying to win the game. But yeah, I think it's just that. It's just that you're in the middle of a game, so you want to win. So you stay focused on what you're trying to do. And look, we don't always get across the line, unfortunately, but it was never a problem for me.
Fantastic. And Minnie, have you got a question you'd like to ask Rachel?
Do you remember your first match from New Zealand and how did you feel?
Yeah, I do remember my first game. So I went on a tour to Australia, and I had not played cricket in Australia before, and we played up. The top of Australia is really, really hot. So I can remember that it was boiling hot, and I don't like hot weather. So that was initially a bit of a shock to the system. And then obviously I was pretty nervous because, it's your first big game and against one of the best teams in the world. So main thing is I remember I was super hot. My parents were there to watch me, which was exciting, and I dropped a catch. So it was an interesting start to my career, but it was really, really exciting. And yeah, to be able to go and travel to another country for my first tour was really special as well.
Fantastic. So what inspired you then to start playing cricket then when you were younger?
Actually, for me, I saw it on TV. So I started playing a long time ago, similar time to Amy as well. And all I saw on TV was men's cricket. So I was lucky that my family were really supportive. They'd let me stay home and watch Test cricket on TV. And then I think I started to realise that there was actually a New Zealand women's team. And I went and watched them play in the World Cup that was held in New Zealand in the year 2000, so a long time ago now. And then once I realised that there was actually a women were playing this sport as well, it was another way for me to get into the game. But I played a lot of men's and boys cricket growing up as well. But I saw it on TV and said to my mum, I want to have a go at that. So I was lucky that I saw it, really.
Fantastic. Any more rangers and guides like to ask Rachel a question?
Could I possibly ask a question, if that's okay?
Of course you can, Lisa. Go away. Go ahead.
Yeah, were you a member of Girlguiding in New Zealand at all? Are you in?
I actually wasn't. I actually always wanted to do Scouts, but I just never had time to do it. But it was always something that I was kind of like, it looks like a fun group to be a part of. But I personally never did it. No.
Oh well. We're glad that it's never too late to join it either. You can always come along and be in a leader now, Rachel.
I know. I really do like the biscuits. I like the biscuits that they had in New Zealand. Those were always good when they were doing a bit of fundraising. But no, I never got to do it myself.
Oh, well, it's never too late to join us, and you will always be welcome here at Girlguiding Cymru.
Thank you.
And thank you. And thank you for answering those questions this evening. It's so wonderful to have, such an accredited person here this evening, an international cricketer, which the girls, it's not every Monday night that you get to speak to an international cricketer, is it? Who's now, one of the top players out there. And moving on to another top player, we are very lucky to be joined by Lauren Pavitt this evening, who of the Glamorgan women's team, who has played cricket since a very young age. And she's worked her way up now to lead her team. and she's known for a great leader both on and off the pitch. And we can't wait to hear what it's like to be a captain and the role model that you have for young cricketers here in Wales. So a big welcome to you, Lauren.
Thank you.
It's wonderful to have you this evening. Nia, do you want to ask a question first to the captain here on this wonderful screen this evening, to Lauren?
What makes it a good team captain?
I would say having patience, knowing that the game of cricket doesn't always go how you or sometimes your teammates want it to go. Being realistic about the outcomes on the day, but making sure as a person probably that you're kind and that you can listen to what other people in the team, opinions of others in the team, the bowler or whatever is going on in the game situation, to make sure that we're doing the best for the team and making sure we're putting ourselves in a good position to win.
Great. Does that answer your question, Nia?
Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant. Martha, do you want to ask Lauren a question about, the captain here?
What was the biggest challenge that you faced as a young cricketer?
When I was younger, probably the hardest thing was being injured. I got quite a bad injury when I was about 17. It meant I couldn't play for a season, and I found it really hard initially to even watch people playing cricket. The missing out of the team environment, being with your mates, I found that really difficult. But after a while, you come to terms with actually that's part and parcel of sport, being injured. And there are highs and there are lows, and that you'll always have the opportunity to get back on the field.
Oh, that's great. Minnie, have you got a question for Lauren this evening?
How do you stay motivated during tough times?
I had a really good support system. So lots of people that when I played cricket when I was younger were my friends. We spent a lot of time, off the field as friends. And looking back, I probably have my mum and dad to thank. They still took me to, I swam at the time as well. That was something that I could still do. And I could do, things like go into the gym and doing the little bit. So everyday life became kind of really important because I couldn't do the thing that I loved the most, which was playing cricket. And making sure that that there's an end in sight, and that you will eventually get back on the field and play with your mates, which was probably the biggest thing for me.
Fantastic. Ellen, have you got a question?
Are you excited for Glamorgan to have their own women's cricket team now?
Really excited. When I was younger, playing for Glamorgan wasn't something that I ever thought of. When I was younger, playing for Wales was kind of the thing that I wanted to do the most and knew about. I did play in a girls team, but not at a club level. So again, I played with the boys when I was younger, and was the only girl in a boys team initially. And then I got to play for Gwent at the time, and then I was lucky enough to play for Wales when I was 9. So I was involved in the pathway, or have been involved in the pathway for a long time. And I just, since then I've loved cricket since I was younger. So really excited that we've been given, a brilliant opportunity with Glamorgan. I'm really looking forward to getting going.
I've just got a follow-on question then, if you don't mind, from Ellen. So how did it feel then the first time you wore that Glamorgan shirt?
The first time I put on the shirt was for our media day, which was a little bit surreal, that we were even having a media day. So I would say officially we're first putting on the shirt to play on Friday in our friendly fixture, which is something that I'm really excited about, really proud of. We're going to be one of a handful of girls in Wales that can put on that shirt. And it's going to be a real privilege. I've spoken to my mum and dad about how much of a privilege that will be, because we are a select few.
Oh, that's amazing. Girls, do any of you have any more questions you want to ask Lauren?
Can I ask Lauren a question?
Of course you can. Go away
because
with that.
I think what people don't know is that Lauren doesn't do this full time. So Lauren has achieved this amazing position as captain of Glamorgan, but she does another job on top of it. She doesn't just train and play cricket. Is that right, Lauren?
That's right, yeah.
So how do you fit all of that around the other parts of your life?
If I give you an example of this morning, me and Priesty were having a net at 6:30 this morning. So just making the time is something that as a young girl I dreamt of playing cricket initially for Wales, and now that is something that has formed into Glamorgan, and I've had to, I suppose, always you have to give up time in your evenings and your weekends, time when sometimes your mates are out, seeing each other and doing different things, but always being committed to what you want to achieve. And my dad always said to me, whatever you put into life, Lauren, is what you'll get out of it. And when I was younger, I didn't really probably understand what he meant by that. But he just meant you've got to work hard and you've got to keep working hard. You've got to be the first person there at training and you've got to be the last person to leave. And yeah, it isn't always easy, particularly with work, but I enjoy it so much that I will always keep coming back for more.
But in your job, you also spend time inspiring girls to play cricket.
Yeah, so in school, I run softball teams. We've got over 50 girls probably now playing in school, some of whom are playing at different clubs as well, which is really exciting.
Yeah, it's amazing. So not only are you doing the best for yourself, but you are also passing on the love of cricket and inspiring, being a great role model for younger girls coming through in the game. Yeah, amazing. Thank you.
Thanks, Lauren, for that. I'm just thinking now, because this call is going to end in 2 minutes, shall we start and go on to the next call? Bethan and Poppy, don't worry, we are coming to ask you questions. Should we do that a moment?
Yes, I think the next one says it's going to start at 1:45, but if we have a 5-minute little break, I think that would be good, and just everybody can get a glass of water and stuff. And is that all right with everybody?
Is that okay for everyone? Thank you so much.
Yes.
You're all, hey, I tell you what, girls, I think you can see, if you're not going to be future cricketers, you're going to be future reporters out there, interviewing all these, I can see Amy thinking, oh, hang on, I got a few future stars here, Rachel's just wondering what position she's going to put you into, who's going to be first out to bat, yeah, if we do that, is that okay for everyone?
Yeah, perfect. See you in a minute.
See you in a minute.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Diolch chi.
Already.
So next up is Bethan Gammon, who's one of Glamorgan's most talented players. Bethan started her journey playing in clubs when she was younger, and she's worked really hard to become a key part of the team. And she's going to tell us a little bit more about how she got into cricket and what it takes to keep improving and why she loves the game. So Minnie, I know you were burning to ask Bethan a question. So what's your question for Bethan?
Did you play any other sports, or was cricket always your favourite?
Yeah, I actually played loads of sports. So originally started playing football. I did loads of sport in school, whether it was rugby, basketball, netball. Up until about the age of 18, did athletics alongside football and cricket as well. That got a little bit too hectic. So up until last year, I played both football and cricket, and it's only this year I've really done the one sport. So yeah, since I can remember, I've always played as many sports as I could.
Oh, that's quite a few there, isn't it, Minnie? Quite a lot of sports there. Nia, have you got a question you'd like to ask Bethan?
What position do you play in cricket?
So I'm mainly a batter. If needed, sometimes I'll go behind the wickets and keep wicket. Sometimes I will also turn my arm over if we need it also, but primarily a batter within the side.
Oh, And are you as good as Rachel? You know, you're getting there, you know.
Nowhere near.
And Ellen, have you got a question you'd like to ask
What
Bethan?
got you into cricket?
It was actually by a bit of chance. So I played football growing up, as I mentioned, and there was a football and a cricket team all at one club. So in the summer, when we didn't have any football, we all decided we'd just go and start playing cricket, and that was kind of how I initially got into it. That was a boys' team. Never had any clue that there was anything called, Cricket Wales or Glamorgan. It was just by chance that one of the girls that I played football with actually played for Cricket Wales, passed on an email address, and I was very lucky. By about the age of 14, 15, I then came into the pathway system.
Oh, that's great. Martha, have you got a question you'd like to ask Bethan?
So what challenges did you face when you were starting out?
I think juggling lots of different sports. I was someone that really wanted to keep playing as many sports as possible. I also had a sibling, so balancing their sport as well. So it was really important that I was really organised with my time around school as well. So making sure I knew when I needed to get homework done. I knew when I had cricket fixtures. I knew when I had fixtures in other sports as well. So it was being really organised from a young age. And I probably have my parents to thank a lot. They took me to a lot of different locations, took me to a lot of different sports. So I'm very grateful that they were in a position to do that. But it was definitely the time management and organisation, which I suppose is a pretty good skill, particularly as you get older as well.
Yeah, great. Can I ask a question? So what advice would you give girls who want to play cricket like you?
It's probably the cliche, but give it a go. There's so many avenues in cricket. As a player, you can bat, bowl, keep, you can field, but then also outside of playing, there's umpiring, scoring, coaching. There's so many different ways to get involved with the game. It's such a versatile sport, and there's actual careers in it now. So whether it's a career in coaching, playing, or whatever. So just because potentially you try one part of cricket, you don't like it, doesn't necessarily mean there isn't another bit that you won't enjoy. So my encouragement would be, try all aspects of it, give it a go. As the speakers previously has said, it's a great opportunity to be with your mates for the day and, have a day when the weather allows it in the sun as well. So just give it a go and find different aspects that you enjoy.
Brilliant. Does anybody else have any more questions for Bethan? Right, so we're going to move on. Last but not least, our final guest this evening. Poppy's been waiting there so patiently. Most probably you're still trying to balance your homework and do everything, because I believe that you're still in sixth form. So Poppy is from Wiltshire and plays on the Glamorgan Academy. And you're still really early in your journey, but you're going to show us how I've already heard that you're you've showing huge promise as a young cricketer. And you're going to tell us what it's like being part of the academy, what you're learning, and how you're chasing your cricket dreams. So, Martha, would you like to ask Poppy a question first?
Yeah, what's your favourite thing about being a cricketer?
My favourite thing is probably being a part of a big team of girls. I just love hanging out with my friends and playing the sport that you just kind of love the most out of everything, and just having that support and all those friends is my favourite part.
Okay, brilliant. Minnie, have you got a question you'd like to ask Poppy?
Can you tell us what it's like to be on the Glamorgan Academy?
It's really great to be on the academy because you're around girls that just love their cricket and they're so dedicated, and it's such a good standard with brilliant coaching that you just learn so much, and there's so much opportunity to grow your skills, and not just your cricket skills but also your mental skills and your nerves they talk about a lot, and S&C, there's just so much that they give you that make you a better player and a better person all round.
Brilliant. And Nia, have you got a question you'd like to ask?
How did you end up joining the Glamorgan Cricket Club?
So I started out by playing for my local club, which is down in the south of Wiltshire, so it's quite far away from probably where you guys live. Then I ended up playing for my county, Wiltshire, and then I ended up in the Western Storm kind of pathway. And then Ames offered me a place on the Glamorgan Academy, and I accepted it. I was really happy to be part of the academy. So you just kind of you work hard and you get noticed for your hard work, and you end up on these programs.
Fantastic. Ellen, have you got a question you'd like to ask Poppy?
Do you prefer batting or bowling?
That's a really tricky question. I love both. I think they're both so equally tricky and equally rewarding, but if I had to pick one, I'd probably say bowling because I'm a leg spinner and I just love leg spinning. Like it's my favorite thing to watch and learn. So probably bowling.
Fantastic. And can I just ask a question? What is your biggest dream then in cricket?
My dream is to play professional cricket. I want to represent my country. That's the biggest dream. I think that's what lots of people want to do. And also play in kind of the franchises all across the world and travel the world just playing cricket. So I'd love to play in the IPL, in the BBL, Caribbean Cricket League, the 100. Obviously, I want to play for Welsh Fire, definitely. Just want to play loads of cricket around the world.
Fantastic. And girls, do you have any more questions you'd like to ask Poppy this evening? I've got one more, Poppy. Yep. So, how do you manage to balance everything? Because at the moment, I believe that you're in sixth form. Is that right?
Yeah, I am. I'm in year 12 at the moment. It's tricky to balance everything with A levels, homework, and training, and wanting to do more training outside of everything that you're given as well. But you find time for it because when it's like there's so many hours in the day, sometimes you have to get up a bit earlier than everyone else, and sometimes you might have to sacrifice other things, but it's important to know that you're making a choice to do that, and it's what I want to do later in life, so it's almost like an investment, so you find the time.
Brilliant, fantastic. Any more questions that anybody has to ask now? Well, we have these amazing people on the screen here that I can't believe we've got this cricket royalty of women's cricket here on the screen. Is there any burning questions? Lisa, have you got anything that you'd like to ask any of them on the screen here now?
I'd like taking this opportunity. Is
No
there any
problem.
sports opportunities coming up, or guard of honour, or coin tosses, or anything? Because my brownies and guides, we'd love to get involved in any of the Glamorgan games coming up.
Oh, Amy's going to come in, I think, and take this one.
Yeah, do you want to? So it's all done through Mark Frost at Glamorgan. Do you know Mark?
I know Mark, yeah.
Yeah, write to Mark and ask him and say to him, you've spoken to us and we're really keen for you to do it as well.
Amazing.
Can I just tell you, Amy, about this lovely lady that's on the screen? So Hale Wen came to one of the very first ever sessions that I did because of this cricket booklet. So she's been a cricket fan for forever. Is that not right?
Yeah.
You've played cricket in the garden since you were little, whatever.
Everything.
Yes. So
yes.
she came along, she brought her brownies to Rada, and she did all this, she did the coaching, and then she said, oh, how can I get involved in cricket? So she then went and knocked the door at Whitchurch Heath, because it's near where she lives, said, I'd like to set something up, I'd like to bring my brownies to your club. And she now runs the women's softball team at Whitchurch Heath. She's doing the girls only dynamos. She's setting the world on fire in Whitchurch Heath, and she still goes to Glamorgan and Welsh Fire and supports all of the professional game as well. So if we at Glamorgan Cricket Wales can do anything to support her, we really should.
So send the email to Mark Frost and copy me in, and then I'll write to him as well and say that I'd love you to come and do the Guard of Honour, because I was talking about this today. We haven't got any, I don't believe, for the 19th, which is of April, which is our first home game at Sophia Gardens.
Brilliant.
So if you write to him pretty quickly, I reckon we might be able to pull that off.
Amazing. Are you in Taunton on Friday?
We are in Taunton playing a friendly on Friday, yes.
I'll have to pop down. Somebody's got an insect day on Friday.
Oh,
That might
right.
go quite well.
Yeah, come
So
and
that
watch on
that will be
Friday.
Lauren's first game captaining the first ever women's Glamorgan team.
Oh
So,
my
you
God.
know,
Woohoo! That'll be
yes.
no pressure, Lauren. No pressure. But this is your dream, so just make it happen.
Yes. Well, I mean, I just feel like this has been an amazing opportunity for the girls to talk to Amy, to Rachel, Lauren, Beth, and Poppy, and just to get a really good feel for what the opportunities for girls playing cricket now that haven't been there before. And what cricket has done, what the ECB, Cricket Wales, these national programs, they mirror the rainbows, the 5 to 8 year olds that can go and play all stars, and the 8 to 11 year olds that can be dynamos, and then the older girls that either can then transition from their clubs into hardball cricket, or they can go on and play softball cricket with the women's teams. There are so many clubs in Wales that have both opportunities now. That it's great that Girlguiding supports all of that. So Sarah Jane, Lisa, thank you so much for collaborating with us all this time.
No, it's no problem at all. We are there to give girls a go. We want to give it a go. We give anything a go, and in a girls only space, what more opportunities can we give than in Girlguiding Cymru? And we just appreciate you for supporting us and continuing with our challenge packs. Are you excited, girls, to see the new badge this year as well? Because we all love a badge, don't we?
Yes.
Yeah. And we might have to deliver some special badges, I think, to a few people on the screen here as well. And you could be, Rachel, you've always wanted to be involved.
Yeah,
this
love a
could be
badge.
badge. This could be
Yeah.
the start of things to come, couldn't it?
Could be, yeah. I'd love to get my cricketing badge first, and then I'll be on my way.
You'd be on your way, wouldn't you? There's going to be no stopping you now, But thank you so much, Diolch yn fawr iawn. We can't wait now for next month to be in the iconic Sophia Gardens there and seeing 500 of our members out on the oval. There's nothing quite like it. And we're really excited as well. Amy, hopefully some of the players, I know that some of them might be a bit busy with training and everything, but if they could spare a few hours to come down and inspire the next generation, then that's what it's all about. So, girls, do you feel inspired now? Do you think that cricketing might be on the list of things to do in the future?
Yeah, a huge thank you to Nia. Ellen, who was too nervous to think she was going to ask any questions, then she did such a brilliant job. Absolutely amazing. Martha and Minnie, thank you so much. It's because of you, this interview is going to be brilliant for all those other Rainbows, Brownies, Guides and Rangers that watch this now as part of the challenge pack. You've done an absolutely phenomenal job. So thank you all very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I'm going to get all your details from Lisa, okay? And I'll send you one of my special badges in the post as well, okay? All right.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you.
No problem.
Yeah.
Oh,
Very much.
thank you so much. Bye. Thank you. Diolch yn fawr iawn. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you to each and every one of you. I just can't believe that we've done this evening. I honestly, it's amazing for girls to have role models on the screen as well.